Bad, huh?
All those weeks of not meditating, I feel
Bad, huh?
Any more questions?
You say you're waiting for this to stop. The devil want to be quiet, huh? Mm-hmm. He doesn't want you looking at him. The devil want to be quiet, huh? Mm-hmm. He doesn't want you looking at him.
I know. Can you just like grab it and pull it out? I know. Can you just like grab it and pull it out?
I know what you mean.
It's a very long process.
Yeah, I remember what is it like knowing everybody in the room looking at you right now? Wow. Everybody in the room looking at you right now.
Wow.
What is it saying to you about that?
My geez, why do you have to say that? Why do you have to point that out?
Because you were trying to not notice that.
I know, yeah. It's easier.
Right.
It's easier.
But now you see that everybody looking at you.
Hello.
Hello.
Yeah.
It's me.
Yeah, acknowledging.
Any other question?
Oh, I never even had a question.
Are you, even though you're feeling really crazy on the inside, are you happy for this moment?
Yeah, I am.
Right on.
Yeah, thank you.
But
not.
So what?
Thank you, but not. Thank you.
Right. It made how those demons roll up in you, swelled up, woke up inside of you right now, all over you right now, right?
It's like vomit, right? Like I'm just waiting for it to like cough it up.
Yes.
I'm gonna go outside and puke now.
I wish it did happen that way, but it doesn't. Only the light of God can take the darkness away. That's the only way it's going to be taken away. And you've taken the first step by admitting that you're evil, admitting that you need to face your mother, and you are seeing these demons in you, and you know right now that that's what it is. You're way on your way.
Thank you.
And stay with that. Don't let the demon talk you out of it, because they don't want to leave. And they're going to tell you all kinds of things. That's crazy. I can't believe you embarrassed me like that.
Yeah.
I can't believe I was so embarrassed. He's going to say, I was embarrassed, to make you think that it's you. Because you're going to hear your voice. They imitate your voice. They use your voice against you. So if you're not aware, you're going to think, yeah, I was embarrassed, but you were never embarrassed. This fake ego thing is embarrassed, not you. The real you feel nothing about it, because the real you is free. You just don't know who that is.
Yeah, it's a lifelong journey of acknowledging and putting up new boundaries with your.
Well, put up no boundary. Don't fight evil. Just be aware of it. You don't want to put up anything. You want to totally surrender. Let go and let the light of God fight your battle. There's nothing you can do about it. So don't have any boundaries or anything.
Yay for going through this.
You said yay?
Yeah.
And right on.
Yeah. Because if I didn't go through this, then the pit of my stomach will be even bigger.
Absolutely.
And
As you get older, the worse it gets.
yeah, it does.
Amazing.
It's weird. It's weird that the older you get, the more you have to acknowledge, the more you have to work through.
Absolutely.
It just gets.
Because you build up all the dark life all your life. That's why. Thinking that it's the light, but it's the darkness.
Yeah. Are we done now? Saw you looking at the clock. That was my out.
Any other questions?
I never had a question.
Well, do you have one?
No, but I'm glad I'm here. I'm glad whatever you do. My brother was the one that suggested this, and I just got in his car, and now we're here. So thank you for your words.
You're welcome. Stay with it, and do the silent prayer. Did you say about that?
No.
It's on my website, too, rebuildingtheman.com/silent prayer. But now that you can see This is you, and before, right now, you were one with thoughts in your imagination. All thoughts are all light. You've been one with them all your life.
Yeah.
And this little light that allows you to see this day that you're evil, and that all this emotion is rising up in you, that is the demons. The fact you can see that, you're already coming out of here, out of the imagination. So the silent prayer will allow you to relax, and the Spirit of God will allow you to see all these thoughts: fear, doubt, worry, insecurity, jealousy, envy, strife, whatever there is. It would allow you to see that, and when you see it, and don't call it you, it'll fall away. He'll take them away from you and give you a clear mind, and they will be gone forever. So do the silent prayer and see what you think. Give it a good try.
Thank you. Thank you again. I think we all need that reminder that we are not what we think, and
Absolutely.
it's a lifelong journey as adults. So I haven't done inner work in a while, so I'm thankful.
Right on.
Yeah.
Amazing.
Thank you.
Any other questions?
No.
All right. What do you think about watching your sister go through that?
I'm proud of her.
You what?
I'm proud of her.
And why haven't you told her to go and forgive her mother?
Well, I let her know that I did.
Oh,
So that was putting the thought in her head.
right on.
But I can't tell anyone to do anything.
Absolutely. She probably would have listened to you anyway at that time. So you're absolutely right about that. Amazing. Nice. Let me tell you this about what's happening, and then I want to go to the young lady in the black. Yes. Not right now, though. Give me a minute. I want you to know things are only going to get worse. They're not going to get better on earth. They're going to get worse, so get ready. All this mess you see happening now, with the little riots and things going on, and whatever, all this mess, it's only going to get worse. And it's being set up to make sure it gets worse and doesn't get better. It really, it's being set up that way, whether you realize it or not. And as you work on you, you will realize and see that it's only going to get worse. This is hell on earth. Hell is right here inside of human beings. So it's only going to get worse. The politicians want it that way. The media want it that way. Your preachers want it that way. Your mother and your father want it that way. Anyone that has anger want hell. They want it that way. And when I realized that the attack upon men, this is Father's Day, is mind-blowing to me. Men are the most hated species on this side of heaven. It doesn't matter your race. You're hated as a man. And men are weak and pathetic. I've never imagined that men could become so weak and afraid and just pitiful. Even in my darkest days, I wasn't that weak. I was weak, but not that weak. And they wanted that way. Yesterday I was watching a portion of, they had a parade for the military people. And on this particular channel, they would once in a while interview some of the young people that just gone into the military or in there. And they had it set up where there would be a black person, a woman, and a white person. But they had it set up that every time they did it, the woman had the mic, and they would ask her a question, oh, what is this or what is that? And then they would ask the black guy a question, and then they'll finally go to the white guy in every interview that I saw. And the point is, too, that they put the woman in charge. They had this little measly white girl, and I love white people. They had these two men there, and they had a little measly white girl in the middle of them. She had the mic. She controlled the conversation. The interview person gave it to her. And the poor guy, he was so weak when he was speaking, grinning, and carried on. And then he said, this is my lieutenant. This is a white girl, something like that, my lieutenant. And he was just sugar and water. But this, and I noticed that men put on the back burner on everything now. Just watch TV, and when they get so-called experts in the TV, it's always a woman doctor, woman lawyer, woman everything. Woman police chief. There was I guess a guy and a woman shot yesterday or sometime in Minnesota somewhere. Y'all heard that story? And they have a female police chief, or whatever she was. And she was a little old woman. And so the point that I'm making, the order of God is God in Christ, Christ in man, man over woman, and women over children. Nothing else is going to work but that order. And even though that the hell come through the woman, it is using women to bring hell upon the earth. Women can't even run the family without the help of the man, guiding her and stuff like that. How is she going to run a country? It's not in her. And those women that are working with Trump right now, they are under the head of Trump. They can do that on their own. It's not in them to do that. It's just the order of God. And then women who overcome being female, become a woman, they love being a woman. They're not in competition with the man or anyone. They're in their proper place and they love it. But they are Senate conservative and liberal, and Christian churches are setting this up. It's only going to get worse. It's not going to get better. But for you, if you continue to work on you, in spite of all the hell you see around you, you're going to be surprised it doesn't move you at all. It doesn't make you afraid. It doesn't make you think you're going to lose something. It doesn't make you feel anything about it. You just see hell and you understand it. Because in perfect love, there is no fear. Once you overcome anger, you overcome fear. But don't stop working on yourself. Because you can have perfect peace right here on earth. You don't have to wait to die. The kingdom of heaven is right here in us right now. And you don't have to wait till you die and go to heaven. You don't have to wait on God. Excuse me, he's already with you. But you can have perfect peace right now. And your family member will be calling you up. How you making out there in California? What are you doing out there? I know you're scared. But you won't be thinking that way or feeling that way at all. And all the hell going on around you, but it won't be happening inside of you. And you will be free. And if you have to leave, you'll see when to leave California, if you need to leave. You won't be on the run like that. But it's going to get worse, and they're making it that way by putting the women in charge of men. And then what's weird is that the men happily go with it. They don't even fight back. They won't say no. They just go along with it, even without a fight. Why don't you put up a fight? Meaning, and when I say fight, why don't you have something to say about that when that happens? You know, say something. What you don't know, women don't have any power at all. It's just you're afraid of them. They have no power. You didn't have the fear, you will have no. You'll be able to deal with all women in the same way with perfect love. But because you fear the woman is your God, you won't even say anything. Isn't that like amazing? And if you overcome the fear, you'll speak up about it. It'll be with perfect love, and you will see God have your back. He got your back. But the women you're talking to, some of them will get mad, but some of them will understand it. It'll make sense. Because they want you to be a man. They really want you to. Even though they'll knock you down if you try. But they'd rather for you to be a man. They need you to be a man. Because you're the light of the world. They want you to lead. Even though if you try to lead, they'll knock you down. But they're hoping you get back up. And then they'll knock you back down. And then they're hoping you get back up. But you only get up. That's crazy. How can you be a man and not say something? I already know how, because you make the woman your God when you reject your mother. Yes, sir. But, did I say that? Okay. But it's only going to get worse. But for men and women, for you, in your world, in your universe, you'll be safe. Without trying, don't try to convince yourself that you don't have fear. I'm not afraid. A person that tries to convince themselves that they are not afraid is afraid. That's why they try to convince themselves that they are not afraid, because they are afraid. Anytime you're trying to prove something, it's got something wrong with you. Why do you need to prove anything if there's nothing wrong with you? You know what I mean? So I recommend do what you want, but don't stop working on yourself, because it's not going to get better on earth. And this is around the world. The kingdom of heaven is in you. You can be at perfect peace if you work on yourself and overcome the world. You got to overcome the world inside of you first, and then you overcome the world outside of you. And it can and it will happen if you stay with it. Stay with the silent prayer, watch those thoughts, live with the pain, and it'll be taken away. It really will. And be in no competition with anyone. You don't need to compete with anyone about anything. Just be you and live your life. It'll be amazing. Yes, sir.
I believe there's been an indoctrination in our minds since we were kids. And I think that's why men are so willing to listen to the women now. Like when we were little, at least my generation, we had female teachers and all the movies started being feminized. You know, the men were weak in the movies, so it became socially acceptable.
Right.
And I think that's how the devil was working within us.
Of course.
And then when you were talking to her and she was saying that she doesn't like the light shining within her, I felt like we were all born with the light. I just say as a father, seeing my kids, they all have light within them and they know right from wrong. They're going to make mistakes, but there's sometimes that the darkness within me doesn't like the light within them. Say it wants to kill the light and shimmer it down.
Yeah.
So like when you were talking to her, I could relate heavily because that's what I was raised with.
Yeah.
And then when you're talking right now about how people listen to the women and everything, and it's completely backwards. Ever since, I mean, I don't want to get into the politics stuff, but I feel like it's been going on for hundreds of years.
A long time.
Indoctrination.
Yeah. But what you don't know, well, you might know it, but if your father and mother did not have anger, because you're right, kids are born innocent. They don't hold grudges or any of those things, right? And so if your father and mother did not have anger, the world could not convince you of anything. You wouldn't fall for the media. You wouldn't fall for what the politicians say. You wouldn't fall for what your evil friends say. Because the truth is already with you, and because your father and mother are of the truth, you will be of that, and when you go out into the world as a kid, you're protected.
I couldn't
That's
agree
where
with
the
you.
indoctrination began,
Right.
with the father and the mother.
Couldn't agree with you more. And I say that because now that we're both waking up and we've gotten forgiven and we're doing the right things, I can see in our kids, they can see the world and they'll come and look at us like, just like, what's going on over there?
Absolutely.
Why are they going crazy and why are we so calm?
Yeah.
It almost confuses them that because we have such a peace at home,
Yes.
that the chaos within others, they can't relate to it and they're not drawn to it. Like 'cause sometimes the chaos would say, hey, why aren't you mad? Or you're this and you're that. Why aren't you with us? Like I could care less about any of
And the
this stuff.
kids would, if they went off to school and
Right.
the school taught bad things, they would come home and tell the parent about it.
Our son did that all the time.
Yeah,
He
they
came
come
in and he
in.
said they did this transgender thing and he
Right.
told us and we fixed it. But,
But
yeah,
the
he was
teacher tell
over.
the children, don't tell the parent. And
Yeah.
those bad kids don't tell the parents because
Yeah.
they're angry and they don't like the parents. But if they loved you, and they would if you had love, they would definitely tell you about it, even though the teachers say don't tell them.
It's to the point where they tell us too much, which is a good thing. But they just tell us everything.
Right,
So
no, they
we're
should.
appreciative. Yeah.
Amazing. That's why the parents have to be of love, so you can train the child in the right way to go by the lights. Amazing, huh? But it's gonna only get worse. Really. If you've been paying any attention to these riots and things that's been happening, these people throwing rocks and things at the police, they're like, and somebody is paying to have this done, so they bring weapons in. It's gonna only get worse. Because this is the way the children of evil want it. And they want it for money and power. I guarantee you, if you went to these little rallies and you asked the people, why are you here? Why are you doing this? They can really tell you at all why they're there. They only repeat what they've been told to say. They can tell you why they're there. And then you talk to them with common sense, and they're like, oh yeah, that's true. They are illegals. I didn't think about that. They did break the law. They are criminal. But they're not thinking that way because they're not able to see. They believe this stuff because that's what they see. The young lady right here. And then I got to get to this biblical question. I keep looking at the clock because the time's going by fast. But tell us about you. Take about 3 minutes.
Okay. The last time I was here, and you told me not to talk about that situation with my family ever again, and it registered, it made sense to me, and I was like, yeah, I'm actually not going to deal with this again. That's it. I haven't talked to my mom in like forever, so I had called her a little bit after Mother's Day, and we're talking, and I'm not thinking anything of it, and she brought up my sister, and I was like, oh, I really don't want to talk about that. Like, can we just talk about you or what's been up with you or like me? And she was like, okay. And we just talked on the phone for a little while, but then she kind of indirectly circled back to it.
Absolutely.
And she was talking about the issues with her sister and how, like, they went through crazy things, but they're still sisters. And I was like, okay, I understand that. You know, just trying to move the conversation along. And then she told me that I was going to go, what did she say?
Whoa! Satan just walked in. Hey, Satan! That's amazing. You see the devil? I'm going to get to you in a minute. What the? Go ahead, I'm sorry.
No, you're fine. I'll hurry up. So she told me that California is going to give me hell because I'm giving my sister hell because I'm not talking to her.
Because what?
She told me that California was going to treat me like hell because I'm treating my sister like hell because I'm not talking to her right now.
Whoa.
Yeah.
And he said, well, go to hell, Mom, bye.
No, I didn't. I was just so thrown off because I was thinking about what you said, and I was like, wow, they're really just going to drive this in.
Yeah.
So after that, I just laughed, and I was just in disbelief of what I was hearing. So I was like, okay, I hear you. Yeah, that's where I'm going. Like, I can't help it.
Right on.
So eventually after that, my sister sent me a gift. This is out of the ordinary. She usually doesn't do things like this. So I was like, okay. And then my other sister was like, yeah, she sent you a gift. Are you going to, like, say anything to her about it or say thank you? And I was like, I'm just not going to do anything. I'm just not going to do anything about it right now. And she was like, oh, okay, you know, she didn't say that was rude, but she was kind of hinting like, okay, that is a little rude that you're not going to say anything back after she sent you something, you know, a graduation gift. And I was like, yeah, I'm just not going to say anything about it right now. I got it. It's a really great gift, but I'm just not going to say anything about it. So eventually when I was ready, I was like, okay, I'll shoot her a text and say, hey, thank you, we'll talk soon. And when I said that, my sister was like, yeah, I'm just really disappointed in you because that text just seemed very formal. And, you know, you don't usually talk like that. You don't talk like that with me. I was just expecting a little bit more out of you. And she just went on and on about how I was just so formal and how that wasn't the right response. And I just put my hands up with it. I was like, okay, you're disappointed. That sucks. You know, I really don't know what to say or what to do. I mean, this is just what it is. So that's been a real interesting revelation
Right on.
that I've been having within me and with my family as well.
Amazing.
So, yeah.
I want you all to know, as long as you work on yourself, this is going to happen to every one of you. Your family will turn on you. And it's the darkness inside of them that will not light the light in you. And that's why God said you got to overcome the world. He means overcome your family too, because your family are your enemies. It's like my friends are my enemies, and my enemies are my friends. They're going to turn on you. But you watch how you think and feel what's going through your mind about it. And if you get any thrill from it at all, watch it, let it pass. Otherwise, you're going to love them more than you love God. And you're going to be afraid of losing them and lose your soul. You must not be afraid of losing anyone or anything at any time. And that's your opportunity to see where you are with them. And so watch that. If you want to talk to them, don't, but watch how you deal with it. And watch the thrill that goes. Are you afraid of losing them? Are you not going to have a family? You don't have a family anyway. But you got to be willing to lose it all in order to receive it all. You can't love the world and love truth. You can't love the world and love what's right. You got to die away from the world in order to live what's right. So right on. That's amazing. Any other question about that or anything?
Not necessarily with that, no.
Any other question about anything?
I do have one quick question. So, if our true our identities are with God, how do we end up, like we die, and how do you end up in hell if your true identity is with Him?
Repeat that.
So, like, you say how we're not like our thoughts and we're not our emotions, and it's like false.
Right.
So our true identities are like with God.
Yes.
So when we die, how do
The
some...
ego death, right? Oh, you mean the
Well,
ego
like
death or
physically.
die? Oh, okay.
Like when you physically die.
Oh, okay, leave the body.
Yeah.
Okay.
How do you end up in hell when your true identity was with God all along?
Because you have identified with hell. You call it you. When you say, I'm lonely and I'm sad, and you make me mad, and no one love me, and poor me, you identify with hell. So that's why you end up with hell. Oh. You and the devil are one. Because that's where your identity is.
Wow.
And so if you drop your body with that way, anger and identify with emotions and stuff, you just stop, because in real life there is no time, right? Yeah. So you're dying in time and you're standing there. I mean in the present, and you're staying in hell. But if you overcome this before you die, you're in heaven already. Mm-hmm. So when you drop the body, you're already with God. Because you're already with Him now if you overcome this other God, this false identity. That makes sense?
That makes perfect sense,
Yeah.
Yes.
And as you overcome it while you're living, as you're falling away from all these false identities, I'm black, I'm this, and I'm that. This boy at the gym asked me, are you Jesse Peterson? I'm like, yeah. Oh, you the one think you white, huh? I said, maybe. And he said, do you believe who you say was first on the earth? White people or black people? I said, Jesus Christ. He's like, what? He's like, no, Jesus is not real. And then he said, Augustus Caesar, somebody. Y'all heard of him? You heard of him? Who is he? I'm like, who is that? I didn't know who Augustus Caesar was. And he walked away. Because I didn't know, I'm like, I don't know who that is. He walked away from me. But it's a mess. You can't identify with your color. All identities must die. All identities. You cannot have perfect peace as long as you identify with anything or anyone. All that must die, and that's what it means for the ego die, to fade away, because it's an illusion anyway. You're not those things anyway. And so when they die, then you see you and God are one. You're with the Father, and you won't think about it. You won't even have to think about God, because if you notice, people who think about God don't know God. They don't have perfect peace. They're miserable. They don't have love, but they think about God. They read about Him. They talk about Him, but they're lost. The only way they're going to know God is to stop thinking about God, because ideas about God is what's keeping you away from God, because you have an idea. You can't have any ideas. All ideas must disappear, except I want to build a house, a blue house. And you don't live by that. That's a tool you use on earth. Isn't that amazing? All idea will vanish away if you be aware of thoughts. They will all disappear. You will have no idea, and you will just live your life. You won't be in competition. And then you'll see that you are your universe. You're not only are you your world, you're the universe. And in this universe, you own everything. You and Jesus Christ are brothers and sisters, and everything that God owns, we own it too. Isn't that amazing?
Yes.
That's why you don't have to fight with anyone about what they have or don't have. That makes sense?
Yes, it
Any
does.
question about that?
No.
Anything else? So stay with, are you doing the prayer every morning and night?
Yes, I am.
Stay with it.
Okay.
What?
No, I am. I'm staying with it.
Do you still give your boyfriend hell?
No, I don't have one.
Oh, he left you?
Sure.
Do you mean you left him?
Yes, I did.
You left him?
I did.
Right on. Nice. Don't ever be afraid to leave anyone. If you're afraid to leave them, you make them your God.
Yeah.
Does it make sense that you can't walk away and feel nothing about it? You're not supposed to be feeling anything about leaving people. That means something is wrong with you. It's just another person over here that you're married to or you're dating, but it's not your God. What's wrong with you? You need that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You should be able to stay with them or be without them and feel nothing about it. And you will if you stay with it and overcome the false self. All right? Amazing. So stay with it. And you will get to the point where your family members, you tell them, I don't want to talk about that. And they keep talking, say, okay, bye. You don't owe them anything to sit there and listen to it. The devil loves fighting. The devil loves impose his will on you. And that's what they're doing. The evil spirits in them are now fighting against the light in you. Don't fall for it. If they don't want to talk to you anymore, fine. You shouldn't feel anything about it. And if you do feel something, watch the feeling, but don't call it you. You gotta let the world go. Without trying, it'll fade away on its own. All right?
Okay.
Amazing. Thank you.
Thank you.
All right. Come down here. This is Mimi. Everybody know Mimi. Were you in town when you called the show the other day?
I was not.
You were not in
I was
town?
in Georgia.
Why are you
I
here
was in
now?
Georgia.
Because I am now a new resident of California again.
I told you you'll be back. Ooh. I said, oh no, you'll be back. You going for the
You
wrong
did say
reason.
that. You definitely said that. So thank you though, because one of the first things I did before I left was to go to Women's Forum, and it was something that would not leave me my whole time in Georgia. So
Right on. The ladies forum are amazing ladies out there. We got I believe this Thursday night is the third Thursday, right? We have it every third Thursday night of the month, so come on down. Come Thursday, all right? For the ladies, it's just ladies only, all right? Nice. Where am I? And so, welcome back.
thank
When
you,
did you get
Jesse.
back?
I just got back last night.
Really?
I did. I drove 36 hours.
All the way without stopping?
No, I definitely stopped.
I'm about to say, mad woman on the run. A mad black woman on the run. You know how those black women, I'm a black woman. Why are you not letting me in? And so what have you learned about yourself? For those that don't know, without telling all her business, she went to Georgia. I told her not to go. I recommend it. Her reasons were wrong for going, but she had all these fantasies in her head. Oh, I grew
Definitely.
up. I've been knowing them.
Definitely.
I'm like, that's
All
just
of
a
the
fantasy.
things. Yeah.
Don't go for that reason. But she went and I understand. And now she's back.
Yes.
And what have you learned about yourself from that point to now?
To be still and know that God is God. And to just sit in things.
Yeah.
Definitely stop moving so fast, especially with something so life-altering.
Yes.
I don't know why I didn't see it the way that it really was. And then it didn't take long for me to realize how tricked I was. I was tricked. Or the not me was convincing enough to cause me to literally pack up my whole life and just move to Georgia. And, you know, when I would call into the show, I shared with you, Georgia is absolutely drop dead gorgeous in terms of the landscape. It is gorgeous in Georgia. And I was definitely welcomed, and it was good. It was a great experience nonetheless. I remember probably my first month in Georgia, there was a man, and you know, he found out I was from California, and he said, "Now, don't you go California in my Georgia." And I said, "I promise I won't California your Georgia."
Right.
And we had, I really did have a very enlightening time in Georgia. So, but I'm back. I'm back. I wanted it to be a surprise. That's why I knew I was leaving on Thursday when I called you.
Oh, you did?
Yeah. I actually left Thursday night.
Right on.
Yeah.
Wow. That's amazing.
Yep.
It's interesting how I can remember at that meeting, without getting all into it, the devil gave you a reason to go, which I said, no, that's stupid.
You did.
But the
certainly
devil
did.
also told you how bad California is.
Oh, yes.
Oh, I just don't like California. I just don't want to be here in California. I'm just so depressed in California. California is just not a fun place. The devil gave you all those reasons.
He did.
Isn't that
He
something?
did.
He gave you a reason to go, which was false, and then he gave you a reason to hate California and go. That's why you got to pay attention to those thoughts.
Yeah.
All thoughts are all lies all the time about anything.
For sure. Yeah. And it's funny because when I sat in, as soon as I got in here, the feelings that the heaviness came back, and I forgot what I was running from, which was this work. But there's nothing else I'd rather do, you know.
Right on.
And I said that on the phone on Thursday. It's like you can't go back.
That's
you know,
right.
so.
Once you wake up, folks, time starts to fall away because there is no time. So you'll find eventually you will have no past or future. You only have it, and it's in the mind right now. It's not even real. Time is just something that the devil tell you. Remember this and remember that. 100 years go by, you still remember. And it happened way back then, but it feels like it's happening now.
Right.
Because you believe the thought. But it's not even happening. It's over.
Yeah.
Right on.
Yeah. And I will say, you said on the night of Women's Forum that, you know, it was going to be hell. and it certainly was.
Yeah.
And then every time I called you, you would say, it's gonna get worse. It's gonna get worse. And I'm
Yeah.
like, thanks, Jesse. And it did. It really
Yeah.
did. It got so bad that I really could not stay. So.
Right
Right.
on. Well, welcome back to heaven.
Thanks, Jesse. I didn't know I was going to see you in heaven, but yeah, I'll take it.
Right
I'll
on.
take it. Thank
And-
you.
And you're right, there's nothing to go back to. It's all fading away, becoming clear that there's no path, nothing to go back to.
For sure. I do have a question, though.
Yes.
I have so many questions, but one of them is about religion, because I happened to call on Bible Thumper Thursday, so I was in the midst of it. And what do you say about the wins that religion does make in terms of, like, when you see kind of transgenders turning the page and detransitioning and finding God and coming back to their rightful self? What is that if it's not religion making a way for someone to open their heart to God? You know what I mean? Like, it seems like there's just so much good when you see those stories of someone that was just ridiculously living one way, and then they turn the page, find God, and they're just forever changed, and their heart is changed. They walk different, they talk different. They're just a new person, as they say, a new person in Christ. What is that?
It's just another thrill.
Really?
They found religion, and religion gave them another false sense of a new identity. And that's why they walking around with crying and crying, quoting the Bible about Christ. And then that died down too. The excitement from that go away too, and now they got to find something else. It's just another thrill. It's just
Okay.
another drug.
Okay.
God is not in religion at all.
Okay.
And so it's just another thrill that make them feel good. Come down, accept Jesus. You're no longer a drag queen. And everybody go, hallelujah. And now you walk out of church praising Jesus.
Okay.
And then you got to keep praising so you can hold on to that thrill, but that's starting to fade away too.
Okay.
It's just another drug.
Okay. That's fair. Thank you.
That's why they have to run around and tell everybody, I found Jesus.
This is true.
If they have truly found Jesus, they wouldn't have to tell anyone. But they got to go preaching now because they got to hold on to this excitement of the new thrill. That's all it is. Their hearts are still wicked. They still get lonely. They still cry at night.
Okay.
Amazing, huh?
Yeah.
That's all it is.
Okay.
What a mess.
Yes. I know mess, for sure. I just walked away from a big mess. So.
Well, welcome back.
Thank you, sir.
Amazing. I got to do this. The young lady in the, I thought I saw a hand, so I got it. In the orange want to respond to last week's biblical question. Do you think for yourself?
I said no last week.
Oh, you said no?
Yeah.
Was that last week's
Well,
biblical?
no, you did, but you asked like
At the
I
end.
think at the end.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. So what do you say now?
I want to say no, I don't think for myself because sometimes I let these thoughts come in and they begin to like inundate my head and these feelings that I get. When I do think, well, I don't even know. I don't know, actually.
Okay.
Because when I sit still, I don't even know if I'm thinking for myself. Because I know the thoughts are not me also. So I don't know.
Okay.
Yeah, I changed my answer.
All right. So I don't know.
So I don't know.
All right.
Yeah, I don't know.
This young lady dying to respond.
All right.
Yeah, I was dying to respond. Do I think for myself?
Do you think for yourself?
I was thinking in different areas. I think I do, but I think when it comes to like the repetitive motions of life, like work or sometimes school, that's where I don't think for myself. I let these managers, I let the bosses, I let the customers, I let them think for me. But I think there are moments. I think there are moments by myself where I am aware of myself, and I take that and I I have those really uncomfortable moments. So, for example, I sent a really big text message to my family saying, hey, like, if you're not going to call, if you're not going to text, if you're not going to invite me, then I don't want nothing to do with this anymore. My cup is not being filled, and that's not something I need to ask, and that's not something I need to talk about. So if that's not going to be done, then what am I missing out on? And so that's a thought I had for myself, and taking what comes and dealing with that is thinking for myself. And
so why did you have to text them and say that, period? Why did you just walk away? Why did you have to tell them that?
Because I want to give them a chance for them to change, for them to hear me, for them to understand this is me.
And why?
Because our entire relationship, I feel I've been I've been bending over for them to make other people's lives more convenient for them, and this is not convenient for me anymore. And I'm not being happy. I'm not happy, and I'm not going to spend any more time making you happy.
And why have you been doing so much for them?
Oh, that's just the way we're raised. Is this is what we do, and this is where we go, and we show up for birthdays, and we do this, and we do that. But hey, I'm not happy.
And so you've been doing all these things because you were raised that way?
Yeah.
And do you like doing things for them?
I thought about like what part of this is now transactional and what part of this is actually coming from me. And I feel it's more of a transactional relationship now. And so do I like doing things for them? No, because I feel like...
Have you ever liked doing things for them?
I don't know, because what part of that is me doing things for them versus it being transactional now versus...
What do you mean by transactional? That sounds like a transgender person. I don't know what transaction means. No more transing.
Just meaning like we do this because you do this for me. Like I show up for your birthday, so you give me this on my birthday. It's
so you've done it because you wanted something back.
No, I've done it because that's how relationships are.
But you did want something back, though, right?
Yeah, but because you want to put in that effort, not because it's that transgender word.
But you're doing it because you want something back. Even though you've been trained to do it, you still want something back.
It's right. I want to feel wanted. I want to feel needed.
And why?
To feel something. And so at the end of the day, it's like, no, I'm going to think for myself and say, I don't want nothing back. I don't want nothing to do with this anymore. And that's your decision. And if you're unwilling to change, that's okay with me.
Because of time, do you realize that your whole life, you have never done anything for anyone except for you? It was always about you. It has never been about them. You have never done one thing for someone else. It was all for you.
That sounds backwards.
It sounds backwards?
That sounds backwards to me.
It is backwards.
Yeah.
But do you realize your whole life you've never done anything for anyone? It has always been for you?
No.
Yeah, you've always wanted a thrill back from it, an appreciation back. You wanted something back.
Right, yeah.
So you've never done anything for anyone. It's always been for you.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
What do you think about that?
It's me taking that responsibility of hey, this is how we are where we are, is because I wanted that something back.
Yeah, but do you see that you've only done things for people because you wanted something back?
It's that loneliness. It's that, like, the emptiness.
But you see that you wanted something back. It wasn't for them, it was for you.
Yeah.
You wanted them to smile and appreciate it.
Yeah.
You wanted them to tell somebody how nice Aunt Maddie is. She gave me this. You wanted them to invite you to the party because you invited them to the party. It's never been about anyone but you. You don't love nobody. What do you think about that?
It's me being aware and taking that responsibility. That why do I make these decisions if it's a selfish need?
It's always been about you. That's why you sent them that email. If y'all ain't gonna invite me to y'all little party, you can't come to mine, I ain't coming, blah, blah, blah. Because they didn't appreciate you. This nice auntie, sister, giving everything, and they don't appreciate you.
Yeah.
That's why you sent that email. You're selfish. It's all about you. What a mess. You want to come up here now?
No.
No, I'll mess with you.
Thank you.
I got to move on because of time. Do you think for yourself?
No.
And why do you say no?
Because oftentimes when I'm interacting with people, maybe at work, the thoughts I have is what drives me to say or do the exact opposite of my thoughts.
Okay. So you say no. Okay. How about here? Do you think for yourself?
I don't know that I've ever had a thought. It seems like there's just things come and go up here in this space, and that's all that's really happening. Like even during this whole meeting, you know, I'm like remembering things in the past, and then it's like you just have to let go of it, I guess.
And so do you think for yourself?
No, I guess not. No.
No? Okay. Amazing. Right here, and then this young lady in the white. Do you think for yourself?
No.
And why do you say no?
When I was in my hell, all of my thoughts were of the devil. And so
Okay.
he thought for me. And in my life, no matter what I was doing, I was having a conversation with myself, but those thoughts were not my own.
Okay. Amazing. This young lady, and right here. Do you think for yourself?
I'm going to say yes and no. Yes,
sorry?
I'm going to say yes and no.
Meaning what?
So yes, in practical ways, I think for myself, or even like when you ask the biblical question, I go inside myself because I know it's deeper than just practical. It's a spiritual thing. So I sit and think about the biblical question and how it applies to me and what's going on inside of me. So that's the yes part. The no part is practicing staying present. I can see that there really is no thinking in it. There's no thinking, it's just living life, and life is so spontaneous. The only time there's thinking is when you're thinking about the past or thinking about the future, but staying present, there's no thinking in that.
Okay. So yes and no.
Yes and no.
Okay. The young man and then the young lady in there. Do you think for yourself?
I was gonna say no, but just like the lady said it in a perfect way, right? When it comes to practical thinking, right? Like driving on the way home or little things like that, right? But in a way where it's like knowing what you always say, right? All thoughts are all lies all the time. So knowing that is like, sometimes I feel like, no, I don't think for myself. So it's a yes and a no, like she said.
Oh, yes and a no.
Yes, sir.
And so you were going to say no before, yes?
I was
Before
gonna
the
say
young
no
lady.
because of what, like how you always say, all thoughts are all
Okay.
lies all the time.
But you
So-
listened to the woman and changed your mind?
Wow.
Oh, you know what
a
happened the
mess.
last time someone did
What
that?
a mess.
No, I'm playing. I'm playing. I'm
Nah,
telling
yeah,
you.
yes and no.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
What do you say?
I think the moment I start thinking, I find myself in hell. I'm in the future, I'm in the past, I'm in my imagination. And I see also that the things that I do, it's like they just like come from somewhere. I don't know that it's me thinking, but it's like somehow it's like revealed to me. And or like it's a practical thing, you know. somebody's stopping by, I'm like, I don't give it much thought, but I'm at the market. Automatically, I was like, throw something together real quick, not because I thought about it, but it just seemed like it was practical and it was just like revealed to me. I didn't have to, it wasn't hard, it was easy. So and it just kind of happens with various things, you know. Sometimes I'll just wake up and I'll just feel like God is revealing all of this truth to me. And sometimes it's like, oh, this is a lot where did this come from? I'm not thinking, it's just like it's being revealed, and it's easy. And so I don't think that I know what thinking is. I don't think I really ever understood it, because I don't think that it's maybe real that humans think for themselves. So I think the minute I do, I put myself in a state of hell.
And so your answer,
I would say no.
no, you don't think for yourself.
Yeah.
In short, and because of time, what did you think about her, this whole experience we saw with this young lady? When she was talking about her past and all that stuff. Could you relate to it?
Yeah, I think we were all there
Yeah.
when we first started to wake up or wanted to know the truth about ourselves.
Yeah.
And I think you said a lot without having to say a lot. And seems like you're wanting to like go in deeper, but it's scary to go in. It's like we want to just put our toe in the water, but after a while, you'll be stepping into the pool of it. And I think you are. This is just the beginning, obviously, but I think that something much bigger is gonna start happening in your life, and it's gonna take on a life of its own. You won't even be able to control it. You're not gonna be able to control it. It's gonna happen, and it's hard. You can't turn back. When you do turn back, you're much more aware of the hell you're going back to. When you didn't know, you just didn't know, and you're like, oh, I'm just going back to my, my fun, my groove, my life. But it's not. It stops being fun, and so I'm happy for you.
Right on. Raymond, do you think for yourself? And then right here, neck, and here the hat, right here first. Raymond, do you think for yourself?
No,
And why do you say no?
because if I did think for myself, I wouldn't have angry thoughts in the first place.
Okay. Amazing. Do you think for yourself?
I say yes.
And why do you say yes?
No, the creation of thoughts, not all the time, but I'm in control of it now. So now I know the stream of thoughts, and I can pick things down. No, the creation of thoughts, not all.
And here the hat, right here first. Raymond, do you think for yourself?
No,
speed. Yes. Amazing. Okay, 1 down, and now the next shortcut right here is going to be a tough one, undoubtedly, but we're going for it. I'm backing up. I didn't have enough speed. We're backing up more. We're backing up. I think we need to get in the glider so we have max speed here. And I don't want to use a mushroom. I want to be able to do this shroomless. Okay, here we go. Here we go. Oh my god. Oh my god. I'm going to get it. I'm going to get it. Easy. So easy. Okay, well, I mean, we got them both. I love how the first one took me so many tries, and then the second one we got right away. Incredible feeling. Such a cool track. One of the best tracks in the whole Mario Kart franchise.
It's not, it stops being fun. And so I'm happy for you.
Right on. Raymond, do you think for yourself? And then right here, Nick. And here, the hat. Right here first. Raymond, do you think for yourself?
No.
And why do you say no?
Because if I did think for myself, I wouldn't have angry thoughts in the first place.
Okay. Amazing. Do you think for yourself?
I'll say yes.
And why do you say yes?
No, the creation of thoughts, not all the time, but I'm in control of it now. So now I know the stream of thoughts, and I can pick things down or not, you know, emotions. I can have emotions come through, but I'm always aware of the thoughts now. So, I mean, what's the question again? Are we in control?
No. Do you think for yourself?
Think for myself. Yes. I'm 100% aware now.
So you do think for yourself?
Yes.
Okay.
Even if it's a bad demon thoughts coming through or emotions, I'm still aware of that. And even if I'm in that a little bit, I'm still aware of it. Like you go through that door, you can't go back. So, yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
Do you think for yourself?
I don't think so. So no.
No, you don't?
No, I don't
And
think.
why you say no, you don't think for yourself?
Because when I listen to the thoughts, that's when I catch hell. And if I really thought for myself, I wouldn't listen to them.
So you don't think for yourself?
I don't think for myself.
Okay, right here. And I ask these things because I'm trying to encourage you all to think about these things during the week, these little projects you can do to watch yourself and work on yourself. And so I know some people, you forget about it when they walk out that door, but for those who want it, try to remember these things that we discussed so it helps keep you present. It really will help keep you present. Where am I? Yes, do you think for yourself?
No.
And why do you say no?
Because I realize that every action that you do, or that I do, is either first driven by a thought or just driven naturally. Even like the practical thoughts almost seems like a second step, because before I use practical thoughts, I'm first driven by I just naturally know to do it, or I'm given a thought and I fall for the thought, and then even then after that I might use practical thoughts to do something to carry that order out. So I don't think any of that comes from me.
Okay.
So I don't think for myself.
Right here and then Francisco dying to respond. Let him have the mic. Do you think for yourself?
No, I don't.
And why do you say no?
It doesn't make sense. It's like there's another person living in my head, and then that person is a psychopath. So if literally, so if I could see that in me, and it's like you said, the lieutenant that gives bad advice, then and he hates me, right? So obviously I can't think for myself if I see him in me. So I don't think it's possible to think for myself. And like I noticed with practical thoughts, like I don't even need to think about it. It just kind of happens, you know what I mean? So yes.
Amazing. Francisco, and then the young lady in the black, and Mimi got the last word, unless somebody else want to respond to this. Yes, Ricky. Do you think for yourself?
No.
And why do you say no?
It's the devil talking when you're thinking.
It's the devil talking? Yeah. So you do not think for yourself?
Correct.
Amazing. Have you ever been to a meeting where the people don't think for themselves? You think like, what kind of church is this? Do you think for yourself in the black? Yeah.
No.
And why do you say no?
Because a lot of the thoughts, I just hate to be a repeat, but a lot of the thoughts
you hate
are
being what?
like a repeat, like
what
people have been saying.
Right.
But a lot of the thoughts are driven like by emotions or like this young lady said, or the past or the future. So I don't think I've ever naturally thought anything or know how to think.
Okay.
So no.
All right. It's interesting how you're dealing with your family in that situation. Each week things get different and changing a little bit.
Yeah.
You haven't seen anything. They're not done with you yet. California gonna kill you.
I know.
Oh, Los Angeles. That's what your mama said.
I know.
What a mess. Nick, do you think for yourself?
No.
And why you say no?
Well, initially at the beginning of the week, I said yeah. It was a strong yeah. I was confident. Like, yeah, I think for myself. Even though I've been listening to you, thoughts and all that. Well, okay, even with that, I ignore the thoughts. Like, I think for myself at least a little bit, right? And then I guess the week hits you. So no, I don't think for myself because, I realize I'm just examining myself. Like 90% of what I like, what I think about, what is even in the realm of what I think is possible has already been decided for me by society, by thinking, by repetition, whatever. So the point is, it's like I see that I don't think for myself. I see that a thought can come in. So anyways, the only thing that kind of hacks it, whatever, is knowing I can't think for myself. Is like you see the code and so I don't know. You just don't do things maybe that you would have ruined your life with, but that's it.
Okay. Mimi, do you think for yourself? Well, apparently not.
Ha, ha. I did realize this week you are a comedian. Hands down, you are a comedian, Jesse.
Thank you.
Yes.
Black people very amusing.
The things that you say, just real quick, it was the show on Thursday, and it was Bible Thumper Thursday, and some guy said, "I'm going to pray for you, Jesse," and you said, you don't even know what to pray for," and he says, "Oh no, I do. I'm going to pray that God opens up your heart," and you said, "See, you don't even know what to pray for," and I was like, "Oh my God, you are a comedian. You're a comedian." Yeah.
Well, Hate said that black people are so amusing.
Well, I would agree. Black people are very, very amusing.
They are.
But
what's wrong with the black? Well, go ahead.
Some of your biblical questions are really hard, but this one was probably the easiest one you've ever asked to me.
Okay.
Because I can see it. Now, living in it is different, but no, I definitely do not think for myself.
Okay.
But it's harder to remember that. I guess it's maybe the trick of the ego. It makes you believe that it's you. So, yeah, no.
Okay. 5 minutes for this and I got to end. I always say that. Do you neither agree or disagree with others? Do you neither agree or disagree with others? What do you say there, Derek?
Do I? Yeah, sure.
This is my producer, y'all. You agree and disagree with others?
Yeah, I do.
And why?
I have ideas about things, but it's practical stuff. But yeah, for the most part, do I agree or disagree with people?
Yeah. Do you agree or disagree?
We play Legos tomorrow.
At times, yeah.
So do you agree and disagree with others?
At times, yes.
And why?
Because I believe there's a right and a wrong.
And that's why you agree and disagree?
Yes.
Okay. Okay. That's it?
That's it.
Okay, let me ask Hake. Do you either agree or disagree with others? Is that how the question, I state that question?
No.
How did I state it?
Well, your last week's biblical question was, what would happen if you neither agreed nor disagreed with others?
Oh, yeah.
And then after church stream ended, you gave us the assignment, neither agree nor disagree with others this past week. And
So I'll come back to you with that, Derek, just to be fair.
And I gave up on.
What would happen if you neither agree nor disagree with others?
I feel like I would be real.
You feel like you'll be real?
Mm-hmm.
And so
But
you think
because
that's
I'm-
what would happen if you didn't agree or disagree?
Yeah, I think that.
So then why don't you stop agreeing or disagreeing?
It's like compulsion. It's like I can't stop either agreeing with somebody that I'm trying to please or feel pleased by, or disagree with somebody who I'm irritated or disagreeing with.
Oh, okay.
And so like I can't. It's like there's no stopping that spirit. It's like a compulsion. You know what I mean?
Amazing.
Yeah, it's like I remembered it last Sunday evening. I was at a place and there was this guy talking with me, and I wished that I could just be comfortable and neither agree nor disagree with him, but I couldn't.
What a mess.
I felt like I had to like shine him on and agree with him when it wasn't anything that had anything that I cared about, but I just couldn't be real. It's
That's
weird.
deep.
It's crazy.
That is. That's crazy.
Oh.
Did you know all human beings are insane? Mentally ill. Derek, what would happen if you neither agree nor disagree with others?
Inside, I'd feel passive. That's what would happen.
You would feel passive?
Yeah, I'd feel passive.
Meaning weak?
Yeah, weak.
Oh. And why would you feel that way?
As a guy, you got to speak up about things. If you're going to be the head of the household, you got to speak up.
Exactly what I needed. A spinnerack. We're gonna play Wild Bugs with Pincer.
I understand there are times to be quiet.
But you're not
But-
married, so you're not the head of a household. Why do you feel that way now?
I'm the salt of the earth.
What?
I'm the salt of the earth.
What?
What? That's why you don't have a wife?
No, that's not why. That's not why. But yeah, I'd feel it'd be pretty passive.
I have to sell my cat.
I know we have to stand up for what's right. We got to speak up, speak the truth, or society's gonna do what it's doing now.
Okay.
So that's it, really.
Okay. Maybe you want to reach. I asked the question the wrong way. What would happen you rather if you neither agree or disagree with others?
The world would hate me.
The world would hate you?
Yeah, and I would have a lot of time on my hands because I feel like I'm always choosing a side and I always have an opinion about everything. So it would feel like I was useless. Like, what am I doing? What would I do? Yeah, I'm a little cray-cray.
Amazing. The young man behind you want to respond, then I gotta end it. Really, I gotta end. What would happen if you neither agree or disagree with others?
To her point, I was gonna say the same thing. Other people would go crazy, but inside,
Other people would go crazy?
yeah,
If you neither agreed or disagreed?
right.
And why would they go crazy?
Because there's like a level of acceptance, socially speaking. If I'm talking to somebody and there's agreement or disagreement, there's a thrill.
That's a
coming
strong.
from it. So if I were to agree with somebody because I just naturally agreed, then I'm not doing it to seek a thrill. But it's like I said this before, but a long time ago you said like when you're talking to someone you start nodding. Like, why are you nodding? Like, sometimes you do it just to the other person could feel that you're listening. So unless you're doing it for like business purposes to like, make a deal or whatever, it's all fake.
I notice that when I nod, somebody's talking and I'm doing that, I'm doing it to make them feel good.
Yeah.
To keep them from feeling uncomfortable because they don't know what they're talking about. So I go like this. What a mess, huh? Let me just say in closing, Nick, what would happen if you neither agree nor disagree with others?
I'm not sure.
You're not sure?
Yeah. I don't know. It'd be hard to communicate with people.
It would be hard to communicate? Is that what you said?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. That's interesting. Okay. Yes, right. And nobody else raise your hand. What would happen, Frankie?
So
if you neither agree nor disagree?
I really need Pincer.
More
I really
do
need
that,
Pincer.
I'm at peace. I don't have to be in war. If I pick a side, pick a team, then now I got to fight them. So I've noticed that when I'm in the middle, that I have peace.
Okay.
You know, I don't lose any money, don't make any enemies.
Okay. Amazing. Number one, there is no you to think for yourself. You cannot think for yourself. You're either being influenced by thoughts with the devil influence, and when you start to overcome that, you're now influenced with the voice of God. There's no you to think. And anyone that think that they're thinking for themselves, anyone, anywhere, they are on an ego trip. They're evil, and they're lost. Even with practical thinking, God give you the way that He thinks for you as to how to build a house or what you want for dinner. He's causing you to think. You can't think for yourself about to do those things at all. We are not in control of anything at all. And that's why you have to just be in life. You let go of all these ideas about you and how you have this and you can do this. Really, he thinks for you how to drive. He thinks for you how to eat, how to sleep, everything. Practical things and spiritual thoughts come from God, except the dark thoughts come from Satan. We are not in control. And if you stay with it, you're going to see that. No word. All ideas will fade away about self. And you will see that you've never been in control of anything. Even the idea, oh, I want a new house or a new this. Something comes to you and tell you that. This place is not working, so I need to move to this place, right? God give you the ability to think. We don't think for ourselves at all. There's no person there to think. So how can you think? And there are people who are literally fighting over thinking for themselves. Oh, mess, huh? I'm my own person. I think for myself. You know you're an ego trip. How you your own person? And if you're your own person, why you screw your own life up? You know what I mean? And then as far as what would happen if you agreed or disagreed, I don't want to tell y'all that. I want that to be your assignment for this week. This week, neither agree or disagree with anyone. And see what happens. It's gonna blow
my
your
streak.
mind. It's gonna be, so this is your assignment. Write this down, hey. Your assignment this week is neither agree nor disagree. And see what happens. Y'all in for a treat. What do you think about that? Neither agree or disagree. What do you think would happen if you didn't do either one?
I think people would think something's wrong with me. Like, because if someone I know and they see me do that, they're like, what's wrong with you? That's not you.
Okay, interesting. I don't have a biblical question, but that's your assignment. And I give you these assignments because it's what I do and it works. You gotta always keep your eyes on you, and you are worse than what you even imagine you are. When God said all humans are evil, human nature is evil, He was not playing. It runs deep. You can't even imagine how evil and lost you are. You're gonna discover it along the path. Really, you will discover along the path how lost, asleep, and evil you are. But you will overcome it. That's the beauty about it. You don't have to stay that way, all right? So stay with it, watch those stars, make sure you practice staying present rather than lost in your head, thinking about the past or the future. So your assignment, I don't have a biblical question yet, but your assignment this week, don't agree or disagree with anyone.
I got Eric Cross.
I can't wait for next Sunday. This is
Another
one time I hope Sunday. Hurry up. I really want to encourage you to do it and see what happens. Just do it, see what happens. Neither or agree nor disagree. I can't wait for this one.
Water
But I can
fighting
wait. I
monsters.
gotta wait. All right, so work on
Work around
yourself.
fury.
Work on yourself. And above all things, drop the anger. There's never, ever, ever, ever a reason to be mad
I kind of want to run
about
more.
anything in any situation. There's never a reason for anger about anything. So drop the anger. Stop being mad. And if you do find yourself caught up in it, pay attention to see
wanna run
that
some sort of
the
amorphous
anger is inside of you. It's not out there. It's in you, but the devil tell you it's out there. It's coming from that place. It's really coming from you. It's not coming from another person. It's coming from you. It's in you. So you can start to overcome that. You can live a life without anger. I promise you that. And I'm black and slow. Did you know I'm black and slow? You listen to a black and slow preacher. Oh, a mess, huh? Really, you could be free right now if you weren't so identified with the false self.
I shouldn't have added it.
You're so one with it, but you will start to fall away from it. Stay with it, all right? So, what's the assignment for this week? Let me hear it on the mic.
Don't agree or disagree this week
No agree, nor or disagree with others.
with others.
Yeah, do that. See what happens.
Oh, I need another.
And face your mother this week.
I should have kept Toga.
It's like trying to face Hitler, huh?
Yeah, I need some more time, but sure.
You don't need more time because you're not going to get better. You're just going to stay in your hell until you do it. You need more time in hell?
It's comfortable.
I should have took Zoroark. I could have played electric.
We'll do it. See what happens.
Okay.
You want to come up?
No, thank you.
You're welcome. So listen, work on yourself. You will not, it's going to be fun working on yourself after a while. Really. You're really going to love working on yourself. Just stay with it. Stay with it, stay with it, stay with it. Stay with it. You're possessed and don't know it. Really. It's not you. I don't care what has happened, how bad you've been, how long ago it happened. It's over. It's not real. So do the silent prayer. Forgive your mothers and fathers. Every human being has to do it if you want to be free. And do the silent prayer. Practice staying present. And don't worry. It'll all be fine. It really will. All right. I have a biblical question, maybe tomorrow, I hope. And the ladies' forum is this Thursday night, every third Thursday night of the month, for ladies only. So come on down. Don't forget to support us. Go to rebuildingaman.com or call 800-411-BOND. All right? Stay with it. And this is for the people who want to overcome misery and be free. It's not for the people that love their hell. I know most of you love your hell. Stay in it. Really. Just stay in and have fun. Suffer. But for those who want to be free, you can come out of it, men and women. All right. Bye. Thank you.
And I don't want to use a mushroom. I want to be able to do the shroomless. here we go, here we go. Oh my god, I'm gonna get it. I'm gonna get it, easy, so easy.
This is hard. I need Mewtwo. This is tough. This is really tough. Now I'm getting my ass. Okay. You took my lightning stone. can't stop losing, it ain't good. Okay. We need to hit Lego. No. I thought I was somebody else. Circuitry. Bug. Circuitry turns on electric. Bug 4. These good items. Fuck. I'm not sure what I'm doing. I'm not sure what I'm doing anymore. I have to put this in. 1, 2, 3 amorphous. Work together, guys. Work together. Work together. Work together. Paralyzing. Oh my god. Give us some boost. We lost. Cycle. We're going for artificial. Big nugget. A lot more synergies. I think this has to work. No. Palkia, stop. Okay. I don't know what was doing that. I should play this too. It's too late. Holy. team is nasty. This team is nasty, dude. Ugh, see what happens when the game lets me play? Team is just disgusting. Artificial amorphous. Electric, water, bug, human, ground. We got pretty lucky on the ground, to be honest. I got kind of unlucky on the lights. $195. It's not a great attack. Oh, what happened to the DW fan podcast I had? Oh. Nandaka.